Hi, how about today we draw this mechanical part that we see in front of us? So actually without wasting any time, what you're seeing here is a part of a piston. What we're gonna do is we're gonna conceive it together, and we need to make sure that the dimensions are in millimeters and this material is aluminum. So you're gonna do it as it suits you, but you need to make sure about the major parts. So here we're gonna first start by drawing a rectangle. So this is our rectangle, all right? And then we need to know what is our drawing plane, and in this case it's XY. So after that I'm gonna give dimensions. So I need this part to have a dimension of 86 millimeters. So that is 86 millimeters. And the next thing that I want is the size or the diameter of my piston. So that's what I need to be, let's say 98 millimeters. Great, 98 millimeters. So I can now draw this line here, which is for guidance. So that's one they need to be at the center of my drawing. So that need to be 49 millimeters. So 49 millimeters. I'm gonna put that line back there, right? So we go saving this together. So we are in this together. So now what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna draw this line. So there is my line, right? And I need to make sure now that is from the to the, that's one need to be 45 millimeters. So that's one need to be 45 millimeters to make a diameter of 90. All right, and from the to the, that one need to be 3 millimeters. So that is 3 millimeters. All right, and I need to draw that part. So that part from the to the is crossing through. That one need to be 42 millimeters. So 42 millimeters. So that is done. So now I'm gonna have to draw my line. So this is my line. That is my line. All right, and this line of mine from the to the needs to be 20 millimeters. So that need to be 20 millimeters. Thank you. And now what I'm gonna do next is I need to draw now this line. Okay, and this line here, now I need to make it longer. So there is my line. So this line of mine from the to the, let me just trim it. I'm gonna trim that part. So now from the to the, that one need to be 16 and a half. 16 and a half. Great. And this need to be parallel to that. Great. It is parallel. And now from the to the, that one need to be 100 degrees. 100 degrees. Thank you. And I need now to join this part. So I need to join that part. Okay, great. It is joined. So I need to trim that part. I need to trim this part. I need to trim this part as well. I need to trim that as well. So what I need now, can see, so this angle there is 80 degrees and this one is 100 degrees. So now I need to make sure about the dimension of that. So this one needs to be 34 millimeters. 34 millimeters. So that is done. All right. Now I'm gonna draw this line of mine. So there is my line. And now I need to make sure that from the to the, that need to be 65 millimeters. So that need to be, what did I say? Give me a moment. Yeah, from the to the, that need to be 65 millimeters. So that need to be 65 millimeter. Thank you. And then I have to make this line here. That is the line that you're seeing there. Come on. That's the line that you're seeing there. The axis of the hole. Right. And now from there to here, that one need to be 35 millimeters. So that needs to be 35 millimeters. So that needs to be 35 millimeters. So that is done. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna have to draw another line here. So there is my line. Okay. And now from this line to there, that one they need to be 39 millimeters. So that one needs to be 39 millimeters. Thank you. Once that is done, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim this part. I'm gonna trim that part, and after trimming that part, I need to make sure now that I draw just a line there. This line is for guidance, and I want from there to that line to be 8 millimeters. So that is 8 millimeters. Then this is the major part that need to go. Come on. That need to pass to the right. Done. That's touching the okay, that's touching there. And then you know to trim this spot, that spot, that spot, and this spot as well. Right. So once that is done, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna have now to do the spots. Okay, so there is my line, and I want first this one to be parallel to that. Thank you. I want from the to here to be 37 to be 37, so that is 37 first, and now from the to the to be 12, so that is 12. Great. And I want now to have a line here. How can I do this? So if I take from here to there, and I want now from there I want to the spots. Okay, so I want from there to there to be 8 millimeters. So that's why I need to be 8 millimeters. I need to drag this one back there. Thank you. Come on. I need to drag this one back there. Thank you. So once that is done, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna have to get this spot here. So first, I'm gonna draw a line. That is my line. That is my line, and I need to make sure that this line is 2 millimeters from the side. That needs to be 2 millimeters from the side, and I'm gonna have to draw this square. So then these are the ones for the grooves. These are the ones for the grooves. You can see here I'm having the grooves there. Okay, so I need to have those grooves there, and from there to there that needs to be 2 millimeters. That is 2 millimeters. My second, my third, there we go. So from there to there I need to have 3 millimeters, which is 3 millimeters. From there to there I need to have 2 millimeters, so that is more than 2 millimeters. I need to have 2 millimeters, and then from here to there I need to have 3 millimeters, so that needs to be 3 millimeters, and then from here to there I need to have 3 millimeters as well, which is 3 millimeters. I don't want that line. I'm gonna delete it, and I'm gonna trim this part. I'm gonna trim dots, trim dots, trim that. All right, escape. I don't want you, sorry. So that is done. I'm gonna trim this part as well. So that is done. So I have the inside parts, so now I'm gonna delete that. That is deleted. I'm gonna trim 1, 2, 3, 4. Trim that one as well. I'm gonna delete this one. So now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go in 3D dimensions, 3D model. Then I'm gonna have to revolve that function. So I'm gonna revolve that function. Revolve against this axis. Okay. Thank you. So once I have that, all right, you can see what I have now. So the next thing that I'm gonna do now is to change the origin. So I'm gonna go on XY, which is great, right? XY. Then I'm gonna have come on. Then I'm gonna draw there. Okay. So 0. Okay. New sketch. Great. I'm gonna slice it. Slice graphic. And then in here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw my hole. So you can see I need this hole here. Alright. So I come here. And then I draw that spot. Then I'm gonna draw my hole. So there is my hole. And I need to make sure that my hole is from the to the is 35 millimeters. So that needs to be 35 millimeters. 35 millimeters from the bottom. And it needs to have a diameter of 23 millimeters. So that needs to be 23 millimeters. So once that is done, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to delete that one. I don't need that. Finish sketch. The next thing is I'm gonna have to make a hole there. So I need to have a hole there. So passing through, that's where I need to go. Let's see 120 millimeters. So like that. Thank you. So the next thing that I need now is the top parts. You can see this top part. I need to have those. So I come here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to change the plane. So exit plane. So exit plane. When I come there, so I want it to go up by 86 millimeters. So 86 millimeter. Thank you. Then I'm gonna have to draw on it. So new sketch. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to have this line. So my first line, my second line. So I want this line to pass through to the center, and I want this lines, that one, to be perpendicular to that one. Right. The reason being, let me check. Okay, I got it right. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to draw the circle, and the circle need to be 60 degrees. So that need to be 60 degrees. That need to be 60 degrees. That need to be 60 degrees. Once that's 60 degrees, I'm gonna now have to draw those circles. So my first my third, that's my third, yeah, that's my fourth. And I need to make sure that these ones are 30 millimeters each. So that needs to be 30 millimeters. This one need to be the same, 30 millimeter. That need to be the same. Come on. 30 millimeter, that's going to be 30 millimeter, and this one as well need to be 30 millimeters. So as we're conceiving, so be patient. So 30 millimeters, that is done. I don't want that. I don't want that. So I'm gonna come here. I go on extrude. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4 to be cut by what? 4 millimeters. So 4 millimeters. So thank you. Great. That is so great. So then what I'm gonna need next is I need to have a fillet of 1 millimeter. So it put it 1 millimeter, 1 millimeter. Then have a fillet here of 1 millimeter. So 1 millimeter there as well. Come on, 1 millimeter there as well. A fillet of 1 millimeter here. 1 millimeter as well. So here is how your drawing looks like. So I'm gonna have now to remove the plane. So I'm gonna have to remove this one. Visibility removed. This one. Visibility removed. So the visibility is removed. So let me show you how it looks like. First of all, I'm gonna change the material. So let's put aluminum because this needs to be in aluminum. So that's why I'm gonna do the job perfectly better. So here you can see how your piston looks like. So it's well conceived. So what I'm gonna do next, if I want to show you how this one looks like in terms of if you have to cut it. So let's go what's drawing plane. That's one. How does it look like? Okay. So if I say let's put it at 0. So I want to show you the inside. So now I come here, I say new sketch. Check how the inside looks like. So this is how the inside looks like, right? So this is how the inside looks like. Okay, this is how the inside looks like. It is not beautiful. It's not beautiful. So if I want to cut using YZ, so check now how the inside looks like. It put it as 0, right? It put it as 0. So 0, great. And let me move it. New sketch. Slice graphic. So this looks just as this one would look. So this is how this one will look. Slice graphic. Again. So this is how this one looks like. So it was a pleasure of mine sharing this video with you. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you're gonna enjoy it even if you watch it a second time or fourth time, fifth time. So it's not a problem. So it was a pleasure of mine sharing this video with you. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you're gonna enjoy it. For now, I'm gonna ask you to take care of yourself, and I'm hoping to see you on the next video. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe so that you know what's gonna miss what's gonna be happening in the next videos to come. Then I'm gonna say bye